Hey, what is up guys? My name is Elite Strike and welcome back to this channel. So yeah, this is my first time actually doing this sort of thing, and yeah, I'm not one of the best artists. I mean, come on. I don't even think that I deserve to actually post this on YouTube because it looks like total crap. But I mean, it is my art style, so I guess it's unique in some way. And even though some of you might say that the end result is not really good, but I mean for me, I'm actually pretty proud of my drawing. And yeah, I mean, even though it's not it doesn't meet someone's expectations, or maybe in that case everyone's expectations, I still love it because I made it. It was created by my own hands. So yeah. okay. Okay, so hopefully you like my hand. I mean my limb because you're gonna see it really often in this video. So yeah, about my actually hand, about my actual hand. It's really scrawny. I admit it's really scrawny for a 14-year-old kid to have. And yeah. please stop. Okay, so more about this drawing. I'm actually was going to do this at exactly December 24, but I ended up postponing. I ended up doing it actually on December 25. So my initial plan was I was going to post this before 12 at midnight, but that actually turned out bad. I mean, I failed the attempt on the first time. Now redoing it again is actually a failed attempt again. So yeah, I mean, I didn't think December 26th, the theme of my drawing, or maybe doodle, is about Christmas. But in December 26th, is it still considered Christmas? I don't know. I'm just hoping so, or else this would be a total crap. But anyways, I don't really get a lot of views, so I guess I'm just fine. So why do I keep on saying so? I mean, the last video was like so yeah, and now so. Okay, I think I have issues. One of the main reasons why I uploaded this video is because I want to see my art style improve. I want to see my progression when it comes to drawing. So yeah, I actually did end up making a previous doodle drawing similar to this style, not similar theme. I mean, most of my doodles are like random stuffed characters stuffed together in a single piece of paper. Well, in this case, I guess poster board, and I guess I'm going to show that version, and you could compare which was better. But for me, I think my previous doodle was actually pretty good. This drawing of mine, this drawing of mine only had a lot. I mean, yeah, it had a little bit more characters to draw. That's why it looks, I don't know, it is slightly less ugly. and um, my previous drawing lacks a bit of color. Anywho, before the end of December, I'm going to upload my sketchbook tour, I guess. I mean, it's not really a sketchbook tour. I'm just going to upload or maybe film my drawings of 2017, specifically the time of summer and around the month of September to November. Well, maybe including December, because I guess I'm going to include this one. But anyways, more about this drawing. The materials I've used to make this drawing is really cheap. I'm not talking about $5 cheap. No, I'm talking about $3 cheap, no less. Well, I guess less than $3. Yeah, that's how cheap my materials are. I mean, it's not that I don't have the money to buy it. Some of the good quality materials, but the real reason why I don't have a vast collection of colors is because they don't really sell art materials in the local store from where I live. I mean, oh god, no, it's really frustrating because the one that I'm using right now is less than $3, but it's the best quality they got. And the brand of this thing is Lil Hands. They don't even sell brush pens. No, the one that I'm using right now is actually a chisel tip, and is the ink doesn't last really long. I mean, the brown that I'm using to color maybe Rudolph. I mean, yeah, that's Rudolph. That's my drawing of Rudolph. The brown that I used to color the deer and the cookies. I mean, I hope you perceive those two guys as cookies. Is already empty, and the real reason why I hate these markers so much is because of the way how you color it. Wait, what? The way how you color something with it, it ends up being really streaky, and to compensate for that, you have to like add a lot of layers, enable for that to not show. But I guess you'll see what I'm talking about when I'm actually coloring it. I mean, when I'm coloring my drawing. You can really see the brown and the gray later on. You can really see it that it's really streaky. Some lines, no matter how hard I try, it's oh god no, it's really bad. I mean, you'll see what I'm talking about later on. But even though I don't like these markers, like what I've said earlier, it's the only thing they have that is actually a little bit maybe less than bad. I mean, their variety of colors is really crappy. I mean, come on, the colors, the color pencils they have is so bad. I don't think you could even consider them as colors. I think they're just pieces of woods shaped like a pencil and painted their nibs to seal the deal. Yeah, you can't even blend with it. And the worst of all, when you actually try to use it for coloring, there's this uneven distribution of colors. I mean, some lines are too opaque, and some lines are too some are really close to transparency, even though you're applying pressure when you are coloring. Now, you could tell me, why don't I buy online? Well, frankly, a 14-year-old kid doesn't have a credit card, and there's no cash on delivery here from where I live. So, yeah. And you might say, why don't I actually ask my parents to buy me some materials? Well, my parents are, I don't know, they're not really the most supportive people when it comes to art for me. And they just think that me buying all this stuff is actually just a waste of money. Even when it's freaking $3. So yeah, that's actually the real reason why I'm using this crappy material. This crappy art material I meant. But I'm not actually using this really often because the ball pens I use are actually much more amazing to use than these crappy things. So yeah. Anyways guys, since I actually brought up the story from the store where I buy my materials, I wanna shed some light up. So I'm going to talk about the materials that they are selling and the materials that they are not selling, which I actually recommend that they should have sold ages ago. Now, granted that the store from which I am buying from my art materials is not solely dedicated for art, but rather a wide variety of clothes, toys, foods, utensils, makeup products, etc. And because of this, the aisle from which the art materials are stored is actually pretty small. So small, in fact, that the makeup aisle is actually bigger than the art aisle itself. And I gotta be honest, I don't know how big or small the makeup aisle is, but I just I thought I'd use that to actually emphasize the I don't know. I thought I'd actually add that to emphasize how small the art aisle is, but it ended up not making any sense because I don't know. I don't even know how like the makeup aisle extend its length into. But anyways, just think of a small aisle, okay? And then divide it in half, in which you'll get how small the art aisle is. So yeah, I'm sorry if I'm stuttering right now. Because of this, the art materials that they sell had to be compressed in a small area to fit them all, obviously. Now that we have uncovered how little the store aisle is, I guess I guess it's time to talk about the products that they sell. Okay, first of all, the markers. Now, as I've mentioned earlier, the markers that I've used is not really the best. In fact, it's really bad. But that's the best that the store can offer for me. Because the markers that they sell are for children. Okay. So again, like I've said earlier, they don't sell brush nibs. They sell this chisel tip and bullet nib markers. Also, I think they included the twistables. I don't think you guys know that, but hopefully you do. because I don't. Now, granted that they actually sell these amazing acrylic colors, just don't buy the poster color. They suck AF. But anyways, more on that later. And they actually sell amazing different types of brushes, not just the plain old flat brush. However, the acrylic colors that they actually sell, it's not in primary colors. I mean, some of the primary colors are present, but it's not complete. Some other colors are just secondary, like violet. I'm sorry, I can't think of any color. The only color that I remembered that is actually secondary is violet. So yeah. Now about the poster color. Please don't, especially if it's branded HBW. Please don't buy that. You're just wasting your money. I mean, I guess it's okay because it's under $2, but the price tag isn't worth it, okay? Alright? Because the colors, when they dry, well, I mean, if they're wet at first, you'll be like, oh, the colors are so vibrant, they're so amazing, they're great for blending. No! After they dry, they look like these ugly colors that actually came from hell, right? It is so bad that even the best of the best paintings you did could actually turn into a horrible thing that Satan created. Okay. I think I'm too far. But actually, my point here really is that just don't buy the poster color, especially if it's HBW. Okay, so some of you might actually prefer that, but I mean, from most of you guys that actually made it this far in this video, please don't buy it. It's not worth it. It's actually bad. Now I've covered about the, I don't know, I think I've missed out a lot, but it's just the summarization of the colors that they have. So anyways, moving on to the pencils. Okay, so I'm just gonna make it quick. The pencils that they actually sell is just the plain old 2B pencil. Mechanical or not, that's the only thing you get. I didn't even know there was a variety of pencils, like the hardness, the softness, the darkness. Yeah, I didn't know that even existed because they didn't sell those things in here. And yeah, I'm actually stuck with the number 2 pencil, a mechanical pencil that is 2B, and that's the only thing I ever use. Now granted, I don't use pencils too much because I actually prefer ball pens to use when it comes to drawing. But I mean, there are occasional times that I feel like it, and okay, honestly, it makes me a bit sad because I don't have access to these pencils. I only have a plain old 2B pencil. So I would have been fine with 2B pencils and number 2 pencils if they only sold like blending stump. They don't have blending stump here. It's really sad. Okay, now granted, my location isn't really that near in the city, so that's why we have these crappy materials. But anyways, I mean, that's the only thing I got. I gotta work with it, and I don't know. Maybe this is a good thing. I mean, if you look at the bright side, this actually taught me to improvise a little bit and work with I have, which is actually great.
Anyways, that is it for this video, guys. I actually had a lot of fun doing this stuff, but the least fun experience I've had was the exporting and editing. So yeah, I'm probably doing this again. This was my first try, so actually, maybe it's the reason why it sucked. So hopefully, the next video that I try to do this is actually a little bit better. So yeah, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Merry Christmas. And belated Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.